Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to film a video on the pain rating of all my ear piercings, because I've got quite a few of them. I've got 3 in this ear, and 4 in this ear. Let's start with the least painful piercing, which is obviously the earlobe, because they don't pierce through cartilage. I've had them done when I was a few months old, but when I was 16 I wanted to pierce them again. It was pierced like too close to the edge of my earlobe, so if I would stretch them, the earlobe will become way too thin. Good, so the piercing lady said that it would be better if I got them pierced again, because it would look better with stretched ears. So yeah, I decided to do that, and I'm glad I did. My second least painful piercing was my rook, which is this one over here. So that one didn't hurt at all, I think, because it was a few years ago, but I can't remember it hurting or anything. And I think it healed also quite good, because you know, it's not like a thick piece of cartilage, so it wasn't that bad. And it's like on the inside of your ear, so you don't really move that part of your ear that much when it's healing. My third least painful piercing was my tragus right here, which I actually got done last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago, with 2 of my friends. And that one didn't hurt at all, to be honest. Like, I thought I would bump into it a lot and stuff, and it would hurt a lot, but the healing is actually quite okay. I can almost sleep on it right now. I couldn't put earphones in for a few days, maybe a week, but now I'm starting to like get used to it. I was really scared that I would never be able to put earphones in again, because like I have 3 piercings. My daith, my snug, and my tragus. But I'm really glad I can put them in, because I have to commute every day to get to school. I don't want to listen to other people's conversations. I just want to chill out and listen to music. So my third least painful piercing was my helix over here. So the piercing wasn't that painful. I've had this for, I think, half a year maybe. But the healing is such a bitch. Like, I still can sleep on this. Well, I can, but it still hurts. I can sleep on it, but I still have to do like this, or like sleep on my arm like this, you know? So it doesn't really hurt. I think it's because like this is the most movable part of your ear, if that makes sense. Because like you bump into it a lot, and when you go to the hairdressers and they cut your hair and they brush your hair, they get stuck and stuff. So yeah, keep that in mind. The next piercing is my snug, which is this one right over here. The same story as with the helix. You bump it a lot. When I touch this part of my ear, this piercing is healed. This was my first one. But when I touch my ear like this, I can still feel it because it moves a lot. And I got this after my helix, but still like a few months ago. The piercing of this did like quite hurt because it's quite thick and stuff. But yeah, you know, every piercing hurts. It only takes a few minutes till they like put the needle in, put the jewelry in, then you're finished. It's a minute max. If you want to get a piercing, just go get it. Do it. You'll love it. It's all worth it in the end. The 6th piercing I'm gonna talk about is my... oh, I've forgotten what side it was on. I have so many piercings. I love them. Is my conch, which hurt. The piercing did hurt because it's quite a thick piece of cartilage. I got it pierced with a stud, which I recommend if you sleep on your side, because I thought it was healed, and I got it changed to a ring because I just like to look better. But when I sleep on it, on this side, my helix, both my helix and my conch, like, still hurt. Because it's a ring and it pushes, like, when you sleep on it, it pushes on the hole. Which doesn't happen when you have a stud in it. But this, and the next piercing that I'm going to talk about, were the easiest piercings to heal in my ears. Like, it's pierced on this thick piece of cartilage. Because of that, it doesn't move that much as like your helix or... well, your earlobe, but that doesn't hurt at all because it's not cartilage. If you want to get that pierced, please pierce it with a stud, because otherwise you can sleep on this ear for, I don't know, like half a year, maybe a few months. So the next piercing was, this piercing was a dream to heal, honestly. Like, all of my piercings I couldn't sleep on like the first week or something, except for this one. Maybe I could sleep on it in like a few days. But this one, my daith, the evening after I got it, like the same day, I could sleep on it. I've never had that with any piercing. I was so shocked. It was so great. I love this piercing. It's so cute, and it's like kind of hidden inside your ear. So when you sleep on it, when you like lay down on something, you don't feel the piercing because it just doesn't move. It's such a big piece of cartilage, like thick piece of cartilage. The piercing did hurt, but well, you just have to go. You just have to do it. It only hurts for like a few minutes. I really loved that one. It was healed in like, well, it wasn't healed, but it didn't hurt after like a week or something, a few days maybe. So now the most painful piercing, which I think you may have guessed because that's the only piercing I haven't talked about yet in my ears, was my industrial. Oh my god. This was my first piercing ever. What did I do, 16-year-old Camilla? Anyway, I got this pierced. Yeah, went out. My hair's stuck. This also happens a lot. So I got my industrial pierced when I was 16. This piercing, like, it hurt so much. I didn't know what to expect. I was 16. It was my first piercing. I almost died. No, I didn't almost die, but it hurt like a bitch. Because they, I can't remember what way they pierce it, but like they go in one hole and then they have to pierce the other hole. And then you think you're done. But no, they have to put the jewelry in, which also really hurts. But the thing was, with this one, like the piercing hurt really much. But the piercer, I don't know why, because like all of my other piercings were done by her as well. And she always did like a good job, I guess. But with my first piercing, she put a bar in that was like too small. So my ear started swelling and, well, it had nowhere to go because the bar was too short. So I had to go back the next day. Imagine going back the very next day after you get a piercing and them taking it out and putting in another bar. Like, I had so much pain because, well, I had a piercing, my first piercing, and it went through like 2 pieces of cartilage and it was swollen up and it didn't have any way to go, and they had to get out the bar and put another one in. The blood was like literally dripping down my ear. But the healing with this one was also, it was a mess. I couldn't sleep on it for a good 4 months maybe, because it hurt so bad. I remember that it took like maybe almost 9 months or something to heal completely, or maybe closer to a year. Because when you bump into this side gets irritated, and this hole gets irritated, and this hole as well. So it's kind of like you have 2 piercings, and if you move one, both of them hurt, you know? But yeah, those were all of my ear piercings. I hope you liked the video. Bye!